Hey guys, welcome once again to my channel. I am so glad that you are here right now. I have some exciting news to share with you guys today, and that is that I passed my NASM test. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I passed it. I'm so glad that is over with. I'm done. I mean, you know what I mean, like the whole stress and everything, I'm done. And actually just today, when I was grabbing my mail, I got the actual certification. So let me open it up with you guys here right now. I'm going to cut this thing. Because when you first go in, they actually print out a sheet for you and they give it to you, and it just lets you know that you passed the exam or not. It doesn't give you a score. It just lets you know whether or not you passed. So let's see here. Whoops. What did they send? And they said, congratulations, you're now certified through NASM all the way through 9/30/2020. NASM is pleased to have you as a certified professional, and we acknowledge your efforts and commitment to transform lives. We would like to make you aware of NASM's guidelines for recertification, and it just goes on for you to recertifying yourself later on in the future. But other than that, oh my gosh, here it is. Yes! Oh my gosh, this feels so good to finally have achieved this, have accomplished this. Well, with that being said, I really wanted to make this video to share some tips with you today of how was it that I was able to pass my NASM test and my whole experience, because while I was studying, while I was going through this whole entire process, I was also looking at some YouTube videos myself, and I found them truly helpful. So that is why I wanted to make this video today and share some tips with you. Now, this was actually not the first time that I took the exam. This was actually my second time. The first time that I took the exam was back in July. Yes, like back in July when I first initially took it, and I ended up failing the exam by 1 freaking point. Yes, you heard right. By 1 point, I failed the exam. I was so discouraged. I was so bummed out, but you know what? I had to just gather myself together and just had to get back to studying, brushing up on some things, and go back to it. I initially had purchased the whole package program back in December of last year. So it did take me some time to actually start studying for the exam. I started in the beginning of the year, and then I stopped, and then I started again going hard, studying, and then what actually ended up happening was that I changed my job. And changed jobs, so that consumed a lot of my time learning some new things at the new job and different challenges that I was facing there. So it took a lot of my time, it took a lot of my energy, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. I feel so like there's so many things that are going on, but I was like still going at it with my studies and studying till late at night. And the week that I had decided to finally take the exam was actually a really challenging week at work, but I still did not want to put it off, and I still went in. My worst mistake was, and don't make this mistake when you are taking your exam, is to go back and change your answers. Most of the time, if you have already chosen an answer that's probably the right answer or whatever, your chances are going to be greater because you're going with your gut and what you are feeling and what you recollect from the material that you have read in the past, right? But that's what actually ended up happening, and I was very bummed out, but I was still like, I need to get this done. I have to continue on, and I did have to pay again to retake the exam, and that I think it's like $200 or something like that to retake the exam. So it's expensive, and the whole course, the premium study one, the one that I had purchased, came with the actual textbook, which is this one, the 6th edition. It came with the textbook, it came with the access, the ebook also online if you are out and about, and you have your laptop, you can always pull up the textbook online, and it gives you a study guide and the modules and guides you through the different modules for you to learn the material. That way you're not just reading random stuff from the textbook, you're actually being guided. I purchased that, like I said, back in December of last year. A good thing is that they do allow you to make payments at no additional cost. Like, they don't charge you any interest for making a payment plan with them, which I thought was pretty freaking awesome, because I was not going to be able to pay all that lump sum at once. I believe it was about $600, somewhere around there. So it truly was an investment, but I was so ready to learn and to get this material and to get certified. It's just an added bonus to me and my career, and what the things that I want to do for myself and grow within the fitness industry, and just like, and really build my community and really help other people achieve their fitness goals and understand and learn more of how I can better serve others, right? So first and foremost, what's really going to be important here is for you to know and understand what the OPT model is. You have to live and breathe the OPT model. You have to know all the stages, and you have to learn what is it that the exercises, for example, that you have to be doing on each level of the OPT model, and what are the repetitions, like what is it, what are the benefits of that different stage within the OPT model. So that is going to be huge. Like, you have to know what the OPT model is. So please make sure you do that and you really learn that in and out, live it, breathe it. Like, go to sleep, think about the OPT model, wake up, think about the OPT model. That's going to be huge on your exam. I'm looking over there because I have like my board over there of the things that I have listed to go over with you guys today. Also, the good thing is that you're able to print out a study guide that they give you through the online, you're able to print out. This is my binder here, where I have everything kind of split up, because I also did their nutrition specialization. So you have the study guide that you can print out. Where is it? And with that study guide, you want to make sure that you are following through. I can't even find it right now. You want to make sure, there it is. You want to make sure that you're following through. The way that they split it out here is that they reconcile like all the information and split it up through different domains. So this is going to be truly helpful, because it covers what is it the most important things from the different chapters within the book. But this study guide was super duper helpful. So if you take the time out to really read this information, to really go over it, to understand it, this is going to really save you. And it's going to save you money. That way you can pass it at the first round and not have to go back like I did. Don't be me. Don't do that. But anyways, so this is going to be truly helpful for you to go over the study guide. And also, one of the apps that I ended up downloading that I got from other YouTube videos that I watched was the Pocket Prep app. That Pocket Prep app was so helpful for me. I know you probably won't be able to see it here, but you paid about $20 for this app, but it gives you so many different questions, and it allows you to set the date that you are going to be taking the exam, and it allows you also to set reminders to go in to do like a practice question or a practice quiz of like 10 questions. And the good thing is that you can also break it down through the different domains as well. Like, if you know that you are a little bit, that you need to learn more as far as like the assessments, you're able to just take a quiz on assessments. If you need some more help with program design, it lets you filter that out and only do the questions for program design. So that was super duper helpful. I definitely recommend that you, if you have some extra money, for you to just invest in that. $20 is really going to take you a long way because it's going to constantly just take you through the information and keep it nice and fresh in your mind. For me, like when I was on my lunch break, when I had some extra time as my husband was driving, I would go in and I would take a quick practice exam, and the information was just, it just became like second nature to me by doing that. And so one of the things also that you want to make sure that you are learning and fully understand are the assessments. That is going to be huge, huge, huge. Learning the assessments, I'm going to try and share as much as I can with you here, because of course I cannot like tell you everything, but the assessments, that's going to be huge. Learning and understanding what the overactive and underactive muscles are, that's huge, huge, huge. Upper cross syndrome, lower cross syndrome, you want to make sure you understand that. You also want to make sure that you are understanding what subjective and objective information is. You want to also make sure that you know what the different planes of motion are and what exercises are done within those different range, those different planes of motion. You want to make sure you know that. Also, one of the things that I do remember is setting SMART goals and understanding what each letter in the whole SMART acronym, what it truly means. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. You want to make sure you know that and understand that. The good thing is that throughout the whole, through the online course, through the modules, you want to make sure you, like I said, take those quizzes. Those quizzes are going to be super duper helpful for you. And also at the end of the course, you're able to take 2 practice exams that are going to be extremely helpful, because pretty much it's the exam, to be honest with you. So make sure that you do take the time out to do that throughout the week. I know for me it was pretty challenging because my time and everything was everywhere, but if you're able to carve out time 3 times a week or 4 times a week to really go in and study, even if it's for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but make sure that you're taking that time out and dedicating it to your studies. That's going to be huge, 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 and it's really going to help you pass the exam. With that being said, the day of the exam, you want to make sure that you're not taking anything. You take your IT, you take your CPR, AED certificate that they give you. Leave your cell phone in your car, leave your purse in your car. Once you go in there, at least for me, the facility where I went, I was given a little bag and they kept the key, and in that bag I just dropped my ID and like my little certificate that I had printed out that I had the CPR AED certificate, right? And once I was there, I mean, there's cameras and everywhere, so it's just super quiet. So you're able to fully concentrate on what is it that you're doing. Make sure that you arrive there early, that you have more than enough time. What I did the morning of my exam was that I decided to wake up extremely early. Nala, my dog, she actually woke up really early, which was great. And I was able to go to Starbucks, get my breakfast, get my coffee, and go over some information. That way I could have it nice and fresh. And then I walked in nice and peaceful. Of course I was anxious. Of course, I mean, I was nervous too, right? I was like, oh, come on, like I have to pass this exam. But I was staying like really, really positive. So whatever it is, the outcome for you, that you first initially take it, and let's say, God forbid, you don't pass the exam, don't get discouraged. I know that for some of the courses, for some of the programs, you're able to take it one more time. Like they'll give you the retest with it. So just make sure that you are taking advantage of that. Don't get discouraged. Study hard and know and understand that there's absolutely, like, you can do absolutely anything as long as you're putting in the effort, you're putting in that hard work and that dedication. You're going to be totally fine. But I hope you found this video helpful for you. All this information, I try to give you as much as I could. But if you have any specific questions, feel free to drop it on the comments down below and let me know if you have taken the exam and you have passed it. And I want to hear the good news, alright? So share it with me, and I hope to see you guys soon in my channel. You can also follow me on my Instagram. It's Jasmine Valdez Fitness, so I hope to see you there. Alright guys, bye!